May audio na.
Ha? Na-record ko lang ito. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of Surrender at 15. 1 week has passed now and medyo bago na yung production style namin. Video. We have
Yup.
videos now. And we have borders and stuff like this. And we have a background right there. May Baron Nashor dito. May Elder Dragon pero hindi nakikita. Pero yeah, and ang logo namin. Okay, I'm Xenogre once again, one of your hosts. Alongside with me is si Paradox
Hi
right here.
Paradox, for another episode, no?
Yeah, for now. How was your week?
Oo nga pala, we forgot to greet everyone a happy Easter Sunday, no?
Yeah, very happy.
Hopefully everybody enjoyed their weekends and their unfortunately we're gonna be extending ECQ again, and
Again,
so far
part two.
in the weekend and the vacation I
Yeah,
have been playing a lot of Wild Rift instead of League.
yeah,
And
same.
watching a lot of League but playing a lot of
Playing
Wild
a lot
Rift.
of Wild Rift. Yeah, we are in the same position as well. And we're gonna talk about a little bit of Wild Rift later. I'm really excited to talk about that because season two started as well. But yeah, what else? What else? What else happened this week instead of Holy Week?
Maraming nangyari. A lot of things happened, especially in LCK. And minutes or hours ago, medyo nakapanood pa kami ng LCK and as well as LEC yesterday and last night. So, it's gonna be a little bit, we have a lot of topics to talk about this episode.
All right. So, ay nasarado ko pala. Never mind. With that, what happened? Wait. Ba't nagloko yung ano ko?
Nakikita ko yung PowerPoint na.
Oh, hindi. Nag-freeze. Never mind. That was mine. Technical difficulties. I'm sorry. You know? Kasi bago yung program namin. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. Nag-freeze yung video in a second. So, as tradition, ito na yung bagong format namin. This is gonna be the first format. Gonna be the new format of 315 for episode 2 and subsequent formats. So we're gonna talk a little bit first about the competitive scene on what is happening, and then a little bit of something else. You get the point. Basta yung first point, that's the whole new format of Surrender at 15. So yeah, let's go and let's start talking about um the competitive scene. So let's start with the very
Of
first
course,
one.
our own region.
We're gonna start with our own region. And by the way, for those na nanonood and that doesn't know, PCS and VCS are considered as major regions. Kasi dati ano tayo GPL, right?
We are
LMS.
considered as GPL or C
So,
region.
in short, kasi pag nag-worlds, dalawa dapat yung ano natin, dalawa yung representatives natin.
Representative.
But now
The
kasi
first
yeah. But
the
since
first
naghiwalay
slot
yung
ano
but since naghiwalay
na
yung Vietnam, so nag-share tayo sa Vietnam ng slot. So,
malakas kasing Vietnam with
yeah,
the
malakas lang masyado.
rise of Gigabyte Marines.
Yeah.
That's
Hanggang
why
ngayon,
they
Gigabyte
created
Marines pa.
another region and malaki din kasi yung player base nila. I think with more than a
Yeah.
million
Actually,
active
yung live
every
stream nila
day.
kanina almost had 300,000, ay, 200,000 viewers kanina. So,
See, pwedeng makipag-content sa LEC in terms of
LEC,
viewers.
yeah.
Pero again, it's just Twitch. Hindi natin alam yun sa China dahil hindi naman sila naka-YouTube stream.
Yeah, hindi natin alam sa LPL. So yeah, let's
LCK
talk
as well.
about PCS. So spring playoffs nag-start na last week, I think. And very surprising outcomes here. Na-drop na yung Machi, which was our first seed going into Worlds last year. So na-drop na sila. They're gone. It looks like um it looks they still have a chance at the finals though kasi nag-losers bracket sila. But may against kasi sila sa J team so it's gonna be a hard time for them. Yeah.
And yeah, I think we expected this coming in for playoffs. Kung babalikan natin yung episode 1 natin, I think we predicted Beyond Gaming and PSG on the finals. But then again, Machi
Yeah.
X will still try to go for the losers bracket and they will face Hong Kong Attitude in possibly the winner of Berjaya and J Team. So
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be another round of Beyond Gaming versus Machi X,
Yeah,
but
for yeah, probably most likely. If mananalo yung
most
PSG sa Friday.
yeah, and if Beyond Gaming wins against PSG, then there's another top team in PCS, which is what we need. Hindi lang yung PSG and Machi X yung naglalaban for top 2. At least medyo naging interesting yung top 3 race for PCS.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So this week, no, next week matatapos yung PCS. And yeah, I think this is gonna be a fun PCS kasi baka magkaroon tayo ng Machi versus PSG, possibly, or Beyond Gaming against the finals. But we don't know for sure. May losers bracket ba, which will be on the 11th of April, the Sunday, and yeah, next match will be PSG versus Beyond Gaming. So I think PSG is gonna win this again. Well,
And most of the games are, ano, di ba, best of 5
best of
according to
five,
the,
yeah. Actually, yung first round lang yung best of three. First round is best of three and then best of five
mm.
subsequent. So yeah, that's weird.
And
Yeah,
kung sino man mananalo dito again on the PCS will be the representatives for
for
MSI in
MSI.
Iceland. Yep.
Yeah, in Iceland. Brrr, real yard. So let's go on with the the second part ng home region natin, which is VCS. VCS isn't done yet though. Hindi pa sila tapos. But Gigabyte Marines only lost once, so I think alam na natin. We all know kung sino yung representatives ng Vietnam at this point. It's still them.
Uh, yeah, it's fun to see that Gigabyte Marines are back in VCS. I haven't been that updated in VCS that much, pero alam naman natin na hindi sila nakapag-compete last year because of MSI. Walang
MSI.
MSI last year. And as well as Worlds
Worlds.
dahil
Yeah.
nagkaroon sila ng, I think, lockdown. So, they decided not to compete. But, man, grabe. Sobrang competitive ng Vietnam. And again, GAM is back. I think Levi is with GAM again, right?
Yeah. Bumalik sa GAM after that the
So,
blunder of 100 Thieves Academy. So,
more like 100 cents. Sabi
100
nila.
Scenes Academy.
But, yeah, so Levi coming in from a boot camp on NA, so makakatulong, I guess, in a way,
I
for
guess.
Vietnam.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean, experience is enough, so
It's enough,
hopefully
yeah.
nakita ni Levi on how shit NA is. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think, syempre medyo biased kasi ako sa GAM eh. Nakita ko na sila personally even before they smashed
Yeah.
in 2017.
2017.
SKT, they smashed SKT and a little bit
That
of
was
the
the
team as
best
well.
match.
So, before sila nakapunta dun sa Worlds, I got to see them live in GPL against, I think it was Ascension.
Ascension.
Before Cabbage went to Liab.
Yeah.
And again,
Such
we
a
talked
shame.
about Cabbage in the first episode if you want to watch or listen to it on to the channels. But yeah, I think the favorites is gonna be Gam and Saigon Buffalo and Cerberus might be close second here. Syempre, Saigon Buffalo. I think that's Buffalo. So,
Pongbu, yeah.
naging representative sila once nung bumaba yung GAM from
Yep.
the top of VCS.
Mm.
And I think si Optimus nasa Flash, so they're out already.
Yep,
So,
3
yun
and
na
10.
naman yung mga medyo kilala natin. And yeah, I think hopefully manalo dito GAM.
I'm actually excited for Team Secret. Well, it's a known team everywhere, and they finally have a slot in League of Legends, and they in a form in VCS, but medyo underperform. But they are a new team, so we're not sure yet. And of
Yeah, they're
course,
a new team eh.
yeah, they're a new team, so you're still they're doing good for a new team. So top four. I think yeah, I'm not sure if they're a new team, but I know they are. I believe they are a new team. So yeah. So Light and Shadow,
Dahil swerte rin yung Vietnam eh, no? Meron
Yeah.
silang sariling franchise. They
And
have their
actually,
own
if I
franchise.
believe, binabroadcast to nationwide sa kanila.
Yep, on a channel.
On a
Parang
channel.
kung equivalent sa Pilipinas, it's TV5.
TV5.
It's like
Yeah.
the Nationals or PPGL
Yep.
on Mineski or EGG TV in
Yep.
SEA. I
In
think
SEA.
a lot of Southeast Asian nations also have EGG. Shoutouts to the Singapore Major, nakakatapos lang.
Yeah, shout out sa Delta
And,
people.
Yeah. And yeah, I think yun nga back again on the standings. I think GAM is Especially 12-1, no?
Yeah.
Minsan ka lang makakita ng team na ganyan ka-dominant.
And I believe yung way, I think their playoff picture will be 4 teams only. I think. Because they're 8 teams
Let
sila
me
eh.
double check.
So, semis and then finals agad, maybe. I'm not sure yet. They're still not done. Kanina naglalaro pa sila. I think this is their last day, I think.
Oh yeah, magiging ano nga, magiging for ano lang,
Four. Four lang. Yeah.
magiging
I'm not,
but apat so top 4 teams will be considered here. So Team Secret versus GAM, Cerberus versus Saigon, and then there will be a third place match. Yep.
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 Alright. So that concludes our home teams. No? So let's go on to the
Hope.
West. Starting with the mid-season showdown or
Showdown.
ayaw pa nila sabihin na playoffs to eh, but it's playoffs anyway. So mid-season
Mid-season
showdown,
shit down.
shit,
Just
mid-season
joking.
shit
I'm
down.
just joking.
So Cloud9 acting like Cloud9, 3-0ing 100 teams and 3-1ing TL. Actually, one loss na was very funny because si Volcan
Mm.
was Aatrox, I think. Yung support nila. They
I
went
was not
support Aatrox.
able to watch that C9TL game because I watched
At
or
least.
I was playing a lot of wildrift, and at the
Yeah.
same time I was only watching the G2 Mad game or last game. So
Yeah.
medyo since season 1 of wildrift wrapped up, medyo nagkasabay-sabay yung
Yep.
time schedule, so we were not able to watch this. But yeah, just as expected, C9 won against TL. Katulad yan ng predictions natin from the first
Yeah, it's gonna be
um,
C9.
episode. Yeah, I think it's gonna be C9
It's gonna
for
be C9
representative
unless
not yeah. And yun nga,
ESM.
katulad nga nung sinasuggest nila LS on the face check, shoutouts to you
Shout out to
guys.
Facebook.
I think some of the people in NA are discussing on a one game advantage whoever won the winners bracket. Something na similar to the Smash yung Super Smash na bracket reset.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, tingin ko 10 possible 10 games of League of Legends is too much. But
Super.
I think giving at least one game on a best of 5 or at least doing a best of 7 is
Mhm.
a better format instead of having a best of 5 then eventually losing a best of 5 from a loser's bracket team. But then again, katulad nga ng nangyari rin sa Dota or similar loser bracket runs katulad nun sa OG. I think that's also fine in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, yun yung dinidiscuss nila.
Yeah, I agree as well. Yung loser. Yeah. So, yeah, I think hindi pa na natin i-need i-discuss masyado yung LCS because C9. It's C9, man.
But siguro I think we should discuss TSM and 100 Thieves kung sino ba sa tingin natin yung mas makakatalo sa TL and possibly C9 if ever man.
Actually,
Magkaroon ng
the
miracle
problem is with TSM is yung shot calling nila. If pinapakinggan yung mic check ng TSM,
match.
actually si Sword Art is very
TSM Legends.
yeah, Sword Art is very very vocal about his opinion. So if ayaw niya like nagiging shot caller siya in general. And parang nako-contradict yung shot calling ng teammates niya sa shot calling niya. So I think there's gonna be a huge problem there. But either way, I think they can do it. I think TSM could get to the finals, but the problem is it's Cloud9, a European team in North America. So where that's gonna be the biggest problem.
And I think yeah, TSM might win this against 100 Thieves not unless if they possibly int. Kasi I think yun yung problem with both of the teams is that most of them have problems with consistency, specifically TSM and 100 Thieves. TL and C9, most of them are already fine with it. Pero compared to international teams such as let's say Damwon or even G2 or
Yeah.
even other major region teams,
Yep.
the issues lies on the draft.
Mm.
The draft, I know, ang napanood ko pa sa C9TL is yung draft
Mm.
ng C9 and TL. C9's draft was something. B1 Renekton, man. Grabe.
Oh
I
god.
mean, there's a lot of champions that you can B1, but Renekton,
That
come
is
on.
not
The
good
Nidalee,
B1
oh
at
my
all.
god. They went, tas napansin ko pa nga they went through top, jungle, mid, bot, and support in
Yeah,
all in
sunod-sunod, yeah.
coordination,
Coordinated.
which defeats the use of the draft, which means to create an idea.
An
Oh my god.
identity. Yeah.
We will dive later into the drafts of the teams later on into this podcast. But yeah,
Yeah.
that basically wraps up our discussion on LCS.
LCS is gonna be fun. As always, the NA Fiesta is still gonna continue this April. April 11. This Sunday, actually. This week. 1 week from now, actually. From
But
this
the
recording.
but the TSMN 100 Thieves will
It's
be
gonna be later tonight.
later tonight
During, uh,
after our recording.
after
But
recording. So, yeah.
fortunately, para sa kanila, tapos na yung game. So we will
Yep.
not know
We will not though.
in the
So,
future.
you guys
So
already know who
hopefully,
won. Yeah.
hopefully maganda yung games. Hindi siya
It's not gonna
fiesta.
be Fiesta. Hopefully. Yeah.
But I guess
We
it's
don't
gonna be
know.
a fiesta. It's
Right.
gonna be a
So
fiesta.
going forward to the most important Western team, LEC, this is the best. This has been the best season so far. The upsets are everywhere, left and right. Upset to upset to upset, man.
Yeah,
Holy.
upset is really upset
Yeah.
about what happened to Fnatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, yun yung highlight ng LEC ngayon. Like, most of, again, the newcomers and at the same time, yung underdogs are winning against favored teams such
Yeah.
as Fnatic and G2. But first of all, let's go to the Fnatic Schalke game.
My
So, what
God.
are your thoughts?
Actually, here's the problem. Ito yung rumor na, or, the spreading, yung theory on why Fnatic lost because of Wipo and Hilisang. I kept reading na yung theory is that ever since nawala si Reckless, wala nang nagpipigil kay Wipo tsaka kay Hilisang to
Hilisa.
do
Hiliin.
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 And prominent siya nung match 4, Schalke versus Fnatic. If you guys watch that, you could just see that Hilly and Wipo just kept on inting non-stop 24/7.
Well, in my opinion, kasi yung nangyari sa Fnatic, it's much more of mistakes after mistakes and Schalke just
Capitalizing.
capitalizing on the mistakes of Fnatic. And as
Mm.
well as, mainly, I think the problem on Fnatic's part is the draft. Kasi their draft was
Mhm.
questionable to say the least. Kasi Schalke was Schalke was focusing more onto a late game scaling, which means they're just gonna wait for Fnatic, katulad nga ng sinabi natin kanina earlier,
Yeah.
to make mistakes. And Schalke did that. And on the basis of, yun nga, meron kang, late game scaling composition, you're gonna win late game or possibly lamang ka sa late. So,
Yep.
that's what basically happened to Schalke. Most of their games were won
Mhm.
on, let's say, sub 35, 40-minute games.
Mhm.
Late game, and at the same time, yun nga, fueled by, let's say, wrong decisions of most of the Fnatic members, not only Bwipo, I think, even Niski played so bad
Yeah.
against
Hello,
Abadage.
Nemesis. Can you come back for summer?
Abadage played like he never parang hindi Fnatic yung
Yeah.
kalaban nila.
May
It's not,
Fnatic
it's
ka
like
na.
they're not facing Fnatic. And at the same time, I think the MVP of the series was Limit
Limit.
with the
Yeah.
performances on the support.
Yeah.
I think yung Gragas yun. And
It
at
was
the
so
same time,
clean. Yeah. That's
he was doing great. He never made a mistake. Kung meron man, it was almost not necessarily a mistake, pero it's much more of a decision na naging mali lang.
Mhm.
But yeah, Schalke just really capitalizing on the mistakes of Fnatic.
And another thing is that Schalke is playing like a team talaga. They're playing like an actual team. Really good. Broken Blade coming from NA, destroying his name with TSM. He made the comeback with Schalke 04. And they're doing a miracle run once again. It's really good. Broken Blade feels at home talaga sa Schalke 04. And yeah, speaking of 04, four games happened to Mad versus G2 and Mad won 3-1.
3-1, yeah. On a
3-1,
very
man.
dominating
There
battle
was
considering the
a
number one team
yeah,
ang G2.
there was a possibility for a reverse sweep, but Reckless just chose to become a support.
Yeah, yung first two, I think yung first two games yun yung natalo nila against Mad eh.
Yep.
So, I think I think G2 probably wanted to go for the Seraphine
Mhm.
um
Seraphine bot
style
lane.
or draft,
Yep.
but they got really gutted by the Seraphine bans. Mad
Yep.
didn't really want Seraphine to be on the list
Yep.
or
Yep. Yep.
even on the game.
Seraphine in
Tinitignan
general.
ko ngayon yung pick and ban, so most of the bans came in for Mad Lions sa lahat, as in Seraphine. Their first
Yep.
ban is Seraphine. So they didn't really want to see the Seraphine that G2 used to defeat Schalke on that game 5 na
Yep.
muntik din nilang matalo, no?
Seraphine.
This should have been a G2 versus Fnatic
Yep.
losers bracket, no? But
But we're gonna get
yeah, we were blessed to
blessed.
see a Mad versus or Mad win and a Schalke win.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think is the problem on the G2 versus Mad series?
I think there's really no problem. Draft diff. I think it's most likely like that. They should have not given a reckless karma or some mage. Kasi yung one win nila is the only time that actually Reckless actually went ADC. That's their one win. That's their single win.
And it's
I,
with Kaisa.
and it's with Kai'Sa as well. A very hyper, not much of a hyper, very bad champion for now. But I don't know. Draft diff. It's always draft diff. I believe that's the whole point. It's really hard to see G2 losing round two immediately. So it's gonna be hard for the MSI picture as well. It's gonna affect the MSI picture really, really hard.
Yeah, it's gonna look bad on them, especially Damwon just won against. Mamaya pag-uusapan natin yan later on.
Yep.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, to sum it up, basically Fnatic really um having a bad time since Nemesis and Reckless left.
Hello, Nemesis. Can you come back
Hello.
for summer?
And yeah, there were a lot of memes against Fnatic, but then again,
Mhm.
nag-backfire yun sa G2 because they
Yep.
lost against Mad. And yeah, I think this is much more of a wake up call for G2
Yeah.
that they are not that dominant to say the
Yet,
least.
not yet.
And possibly this could be a better outcome for G2 since this might make them wake up or find their strategy or let's say vision for the team,
Mhm.
especially that Damwon already knows what to do
Yep.
and is poised to probably take MSI as well.
As well. Yeah, they're gonna be the first ever. Ah, wait, no, second. I think it's second MSI and world champion. Yan tama ba?
Wait,
No, I think wala pang MSI Grand Slam champion,
yeah,
right?
ever since SKT,
Wait,
there
wait.
hasn't been any MSI
Grand Slam.
and yeah,
Yeah,
pa kasi
wala pa.
MSI was RNG, G2, EDG, and SKT.
Oh, yeah. So
And
wala
most
pang
of the
Grand Slam.
worlds is most of the Grand Slam came from SKT, but there was only one technically Grand Slam. It's from I think the MSI in Brazil
Mhm.
and then Worlds 2016.
16.
So it's gonna be MSI 2016 and Worlds 2016.
Okay, so what?
SKT was not able to win MSI 2015 because EDG won that.
Yeah,
And
the
then
LeBlanc
they
upset.
won Worlds. Yeah, the LeBlanc upset. And then SKT won MSI 2017 but
2017.
they lost to Worlds 2017.
Yeah, so failing the Grand Slam. So G2, yeah, I don't know. MSI is gonna be fun, I guess. If hindi CG, even if in okay, here's an advantage. Here's a clear advantage for G2. If they don't win this split and they don't get to represent MSI, World's picture is gonna be different. Cause and effect lang. So if G2 cannot be see, for example, if Mad Lions were the representatives of MSI, yung makikita ng teams all around the world na nagko-compete sa MSI is only Mad Lions. So they won't know how G2 actually plays against other regions. And Mad Lions only. So I think it's a clear advantage if matatalo yung G2 din dito. It's a win-win situation either way.
In general, for LEC, it's gonna be a win-win. But then
Win-win.
again, I think it's a pro and a con.
Yeah.
Pro in a way that G2's strategies will not be seen by Damwon,
Mhm.
but it's gonna be a loss or a con since
Because G2
G2
is
will not have any scrim time and experience with other major
regions.
regions such as LPL and LEC
Yep,
or
yep, yep.
LCK or rather LCK. Um, yeah, I think G2 should represent LEC
LEC as
to say the least.
and also they're the defending champions for MSI as well. So there's
Yeah,
that
I
as
think
well.
we
Yeah.
hadn't aside from SKT, um
Yeah.
we hadn't had a defending champion winning again.
Winning
So,
again in MSI, yeah.
so they're
Except for
gonna be the
SKT.
second back-to-back world champions for MSI.
Yep. Alright, so LEC, it's not done. Actually, currently, right now, LEC is still playing Rogue versus Schalke 04. Whoever wins them, they'll get
As we are
to,
speaking.
as we are speaking, whoever wins against both, between the both of them, they will be going up against G2. So, let's see what happens on tomorrow, I think. This is gonna be
They
the
are
G2
already on the game
semifinals.
4 as we are speaking.
We
Rather
already in game
game 3.
4. And game
Rather
3.
game
So, is Schalke gonna be out yet? No, not yet.
There are kakatapos lang nila ng pick and ban. So,
Okay.
they're just starting game 3.
So, yeah, let's see what happens tomorrow on who is gonna go up against G2. So, yeah, let's go back to Asia and let's talk about LPL, one of the biggest regions with 24 teams. So, here we go. LPL actually is now on its round 4, so quarterfinals in general. This is
The important bracket.
an important bracket. So we still have RNG as expected is still up there. Top Esports and Suning is gonna be the next match. This is actually gonna be funny. Top Esports,
Yeah.
the top seed
The
for
top teams
the top
last
seed
year.
last year versus Suning, who was the grand finalist
list.
of last year's Worlds as well. So if Suning drops here, it's gonna be sad. Pero well, since wala na si Sword Art, so I mean, it can be expected that Top Esports still take it because they're the only teams that still have the original team from last year. But however, there's still a possibility that Suning can still come back to the finals or Top Esports with the losers bracket. So JD Gaming is gonna go up against Fun Plus Phoenix as well. Again, two top tier. One is a former champion. The other is the second seed representative of China
China
during last year in Worlds 2020. So there's still that. Edward Gaming, Viper from Viper right there. Viper is in Edward
MVP.
Gaming right there. The MVP of LPL is gonna be playing on Wednesday, I think, I believe. On whoever wins between Top Esports and Suning and FunPlus Phoenix JD Gaming can have a chance to battle against RNG. The Uzi less team of RNG.
But the gala win.
Yeah.
RNG.
Actually,
Yeah.
LPL is the only region that doesn't have a definite top dog yet. They don't have a definite top team yet
Well,
at all.
we will see here on the playoffs, but
Yeah.
yeah, yung katulad nga nung sinabi natin, nung predictions natin ng episode 1, I predicted that TES will
Top
win
Esports.
against TES will possibly win against I mean LPL in general, hopefully, because they have the, let's say, experience, but then again, they're gonna be facing a sword artless Suning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be a very good storyline. Karsa not facing Sword Art
Yeah,
again.
bit
That should have
sad.
been a better storyline.
Yeah, but yeah,
That
we
didn't
don't get
happen.
good storylines anymore. So
And JDG versus FPX. I think Nuguri is still playing for
Yeah,
FPX,
it's
right?
fine.
Hindi naman.
Okay, just
But
like
Tian is
yeah,
out.
Tian is
Is
out.
Tian out? Yeah.
Tian is out.
So
Wait, no,
let's
Tian is
see what
back. Tian is
Tian is
playing
back.
again. Tian is playing.
Nice.
Before
So
playoffs, he started already.
so unfortunately, IG dropped the
Yeah,
Grail
that's sad. That's really
Grail
sad.
Atom.
A
So let's
very dominant team during 2018 is now a very low tier team now. So that's
yeah, they
sad.
basically for what I've seen from a lot of LOL Chinese personalities or LOL personalities that watch LPL and
Yep.
or specifically they said that IG doesn't know basic League of Legends
Yeah.
anymore.
Nope, not
So
anymore.
not
Ever
sure
since
about
the
that.
rework of items, they said goodbye, baby. And the shy, I
And
think it's time for the shy to move on from IG. I think I keep saying that it's time for him to move on to another team. He shouldn't stick with IG.
possibly DRX, possibly Hanwha.
Possibly Hanwha.
Yeah.
Who
But
knows?
let's focus on the round 3 first. JDG versus FPX again.
Uh, actually,
FPX, a
FPX.
former world champion, with finally Tian is back.
Yep.
They fully
Actually,
won Rare Atom.
just like what I said last episode, Fun plus Phoenix is supposed to be the top team, but wala si Tian during half the remaining games of LPL. So that's why they are in a weird position starting in round 2 instead of round 4 or round
Or
3 at
3.
least. So very sad for them. Now that Tian is back, there are actually nag-winning streaks sila nung bumalik si Tian eh. So
I
um
mean, it's gonna be good for FPX since they're
yeah,
gonna have a lot of experience and plus nagamit na nila yung sub nila. So if
yep.
ever FPX wants to try the easy own X Faker strategy that
Mhm.
SKT once tried, they can possibly use it against RNG. But yeah, if whoever wins JDG and FPX will face against RNG. That's gonna be a spicy one.
Yeah. It's going to be
A
really spicy.
former top dog team versus a world champion team.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. So we're LPL is still not done. So every day they will have a stream every day. So that's really nice, very nice. If walang LCK stream, if walang LEC stream, if walang LCS stream, PCS stream, or Vietnam stream, just watch LPL. They still have nice plays. Very, very,
Yeah,
very fun.
specifically watch LPL because they might be the dark horses.
Yeah, just like
We
what
might
we've
never
seen for the
know.
past 2 years, 3 years. They are the dark
We
horses.
always underestimate
Yeah.
LPL
And
every
remember, they have
damn time.
24 teams. Tama ba? I don't know. I remember. It's 24 teams. So that's a lot of players. So we don't
But
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
katulad nga ng sinabi ng mga LoL personalities, most of them are not that good. Usually top 8 lang magagaling.
Yeah.
But
We don't know
then
yet.
again,
We're not sure.
LPL is very much a dark
Very dark
horse
horse. Yeah.
region right now. Nobody knows what to predict against them.
Yep.
What to I guess that's a good thing for them. Parang walang masyadong, let's say, um expectations for them,
Mhm.
unlike G2, unlike Damwon na mayroong pressure.
Yep.
And let's see,
Yeah. You
probably
can never
RNG
expect
or
who.
FPX is back. Yun,
Yeah. You can
or
never
even
expect.
Suning.
Yeah. Kagaya nga ng sinasabi ng Liab Esports, expect the
Unexpected.
unexpected. All right. So moving on
Finally,
from
something that Liab is right
yeah, that's
about.
right. Yeah. So moving on from a champion region to another, we have everybody's favorite LCK, which actually just happened earlier. One of the most biggest upsets. 75. I wait no. 85% of the fans voted for SKT. Only one person from the analyst desk voted Gen G to win that series. And guess what? Gen G won the series, and now they're gonna go up against Damwon Kia in the finals. The biggest upset so far out of all the regions so far.
So unfortunately, we are not gonna be able to see the Coma versus Faker
Yeah, storyline.
timeline.
Yeah, it's
That's so
sad.
fucking disappointing, man. I
It's
really
disappointing.
wanted T1 to win just because of that storyline.
Yeah.
But The drafts were so
The drafts were so bad.
disgusting. I swear to God.
It was bad. It was draft diff if napanood ng lahat.
The whole series is about draft diff.
Yeah.
That's the point on alam mo kaya nananalo yung that's the reason why T1 is winning against teams like the RX,
Yeah.
Nongshim, or Hanwha Life. It's just because their team is just mechanically good
Good.
against most of these
Yeah.
teams.
They literally have
And
the top 10 players, top
that's
20 players in the world on their team.
and
So,
having 10 possible combinations
yeah.
to the point na you have a lot of teams,
Yep.
possibly 10 teams with your combinations.
Yep.
You're basically gonna win a lot of lower tier teams. But a team like Gen G, wherein you can see the likes of Ruler,
Ruler BDD,
BDD,
their former jungler, Clid.
Clid,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a hard battle for them to fight against ever since Genji has been playing with their team ever since the first round of LCS, or rather LCK,
Yeah.
even the first round of, or first game of LCK. So on that point, I guess T1 really had a bad. I'm just disappointed in
It's
T1, man. It's
disappointing.
like
It's really disappointing.
it's watching them. It's like watching them shooting themselves at the foot,
Yeah.
or basically handicapping themselves facing against Genji.
Yeah. With that being said, we have Damwon and Genji in the finals. I think we can expect that Damwon would win this. There's no competition at this point between them two. It,
Yeah, the Damwon drafts are getting better
yeah.
with the
With
Cho'Gath
yeah.
and as well as Senna bot
Senna
lane,
bot lane.
and as well as the Sion top lane. Damwon knows what they want to play and
Yeah.
how they want to play. That's the difference between a lot of teams right now. Damwon already knows how to play League, and most
Yeah.
of the teams from the major regions doesn't know. So
Does not
coming
play
into
League.
MSI, they are the most favorites to win it. And Coma again, back at it again with another international.
Yep, another one to add to his resume and to his fingers. Another medal, hopefully. So, god damn, Coma.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Again, it's a coach diff. Yeah.
Coach Diff, here's my
Draft
opinion about
diff.
LCK. LCK mechanically is a good team. It's a good region. Mechanically speaking, it's a good region. But drafting wise, they are a bad region for drafts. I don't understand their drafts most of the time. Medyo straightforward. You can see it as well if they draft. So, yeah, LCK.
It's like that they have their own meta.
They have their own meta. Yeah.
Even though they think that internationally Renekton is bad,
Yep.
just because it's winning LCK, they're gonna use it.
Yeah,
And
that's the
eventually they're gonna shift to another champion when international
And
games come.
just like what I think ito yung mindset ng this is the mindset of LCK. Comfort over meta, I think. So that's how they're deciding their drafts as well. So yeah, we might see 10 games with Azir on BDD because of that.
Yeah,
So,
10 games.
10
But
games.
yeah,
LCK.
I think in terms of matchups, Khan might be flip coin for Damwon. He's not performing that well.
That good to
in
up.
my
Yeah, he's
opinion,
not
compared to
Nuguri, buddy. He's not Nuguri.
yeah, he's not as dominant as Nuguri or as vital
As
as
vibe.
Nuguri nung panahon ng Worlds Damwon.
Yeah.
But then again, it's still Damwon,
Yeah.
and
It's still that
yeah,
one. It's gonna be
grabe,
really fun for LCK. So, speaking of
of
LCK,
LCK.
regular season MVP has been announced last week, and it's not the person you thought everybody thought it was. It was Canyon from Damwon Gaming. Big sad. Everybody thought it was gonna be Chovy, but nope. We are gonna get Canyon for no reason at all. Actually, it could have been
Well,
Showmaker, by the way, but nope.
in terms of points, in terms of points, no, I think the It's wait.
And
Let me check
in
on it
terms of point
in a
in
second.
bug points, player of the game points, Chovy, Showmaker, and Pyoshik are the best ones, I think. Top
Yeah,
three.
Chobi, Pyoshik, and Showmaker.
They are the top
Then
three.
Keria.
And Keria. Then Keria's fourth place, yeah. But Canyon as MVP is out
Canyon.
of place for me.
Yeah, I think yeah. As I I second your
It's so
opinion
out
as
of
well.
place. I mean, maybe he performed better this season than last season, but Chovy has just been perfect whole season long. CS department, gold efficiency, vision. He, there was one game during Hanwha versus Nongshim. Oh wait, no. Hanwha versus DK Damon where he went Silas versus Seraphine. Okay? Showmaker was using Seraphine, so he had the clear advantage in the CS department. Supposed to be, but Showmaker was 70 CS behind versus Chovy. Come on, LCK. Give Chovy the
Give
MVP,
that man a
man.
fucking award. Come on.
Give
It's
that man.
basically not Hanwha Life Esports anymore. It's
It's
Chovy Life
Chovy Life
Esports.
Esports. Chovy is such a good mid laner. Wala lang,
Well,
he just doesn't have a team, a definite team at all.
and yeah, give him a team such as the team of Faker or even the
L-
team of
um
DRX
DRX
again.
maybe again.
But he left DRX for Hanwha. I think this was the main reason why Hanwha is not that good.
Mm.
They were expected to get Viper
Yeah, but
to play with
Viper
Chovy,
then again
but
became
Viper instead
MVP.
wanted to play against or against LCK.
Yeah.
So
Viper
in a
decided to
way,
go to China and become MVP. So,
Chovy and Hanwha got gotted by that move of
yeah.
Viper. But then again, you gotta do what you gotta do. You have to do even with the resources that you have. But Chovy, man, bringing that team even to
Yep.
semi-finals, I think they're gonna winning a 3-2 against Nongshim.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I think that um Chovy should do?
Hmm.
He should sign with Nongshim, I think. Nongshim is a solid team, but Bay is not a good mid laner.
And yeah, with the likes of, let's say,
Peanut on
Peanut
Nongshim
and Effort,
and effort.
it's
See?
gonna be a good lineup to say the least. Although
Yeah.
Peanut is not that great of a jungler in terms of
Yeah.
clearing. It's like the Brox of LCK
Yep.
or like
But
Smithy
it,
of LCK.
at least
But
decent. Yeah.
it's it's still Peanut
It's Peanut.
compared to other
The
junglers
only
that
the only decent Nidalee player in the world. He keeps
but
hitting
yeah,
those spears, yeah. But
it's so disappointing for Chovy not even winning
Chovy not
MVP
MVP. Although he is the player of the split, but
by POG points.
POG points, but he's not MVP. Those had be sad. So we're done with all of the competitive regions. I think the major regions rather. There are many regions, but we're not gonna touch on about CBLOL, Turkey, LJL. So we're gonna talk about MSI right now and the picture it's at already. So MSI groups. So we talked already about the major groups. So okay, here. So apat yung teams kada group and there are two major regions per group. So Group A has LPL and VCS for major. Group B has LEC, PCS, and Group C has LCK and LCS. And the minor regions for A is LCL, LCO, or Oceania rather, and TCL, Turkey League. That looks like the logo of LCK. What the heck? I just noticed that.
Yeah, that was I was gonna point out earlier.
And CBLOL, Brazil, and LLA, I don't know what region LLA is. LJL, Japan. So, no, Latin America is LLA. Right, right.
Yeah,
And
La Liga
La
America or
Liga
Latin,
Americas. Yeah.
something like that.
So, we already
I think
talked.
CB LOL is South America, or
It's Brazil.
I
It's
mean
Brazil,
South.
I think.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Brazil.
Brazil. Then LLA is
Yeah,
North
and
South
Turkey
America.
and Oceania. So, LCK. Okay, let's talk about the major regions that are representatives. We already talked about LCK. It's gonna be Damwon for sure. There's no hell in way that it's not gonna be Damwon unless Gen G decides to have like to become the best team in the world all of a sudden, and they're the defending champions, so that one should represent LCK. LCS Cloud9, without a doubt. Unless again, just like what we touched up earlier, TSM might be doing something crazy. Might
They might do
win
the miracle run.
the miracle run. So yeah, Group B, well, LEC. Um,
Now,
yeah.
I have a question for you. Let me
Okay,
interrupt you for a second.
okay.
Do you think that the LCK logo should be replaced with the TCL logo?
Yeah, I think they just switched. They just switched their logos. I think that TCL logo looks like LCK. Wait, we. I'm not gonna find a picture, but it looks like I am 100% sure that is the
Previously,
LCK
it was,
logo.
I think, something like some Ligi or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like LCS but with VCS logos or something like that.
yeah.
It looks like a lot of the old VCS logo, not this VCS logo.
Yep,
But
yep.
yeah, but the real question for you here is what group do you think is the group of death
Group
for
of
LCK?
Death would. Hmm. Like, let me
I
see.
already have my answer.
Okay, I think it's gonna be Group A. It's gonna be Group A.
Okay, why do you think it's group A?
They have LPL. LPL is literally the dark horse of the whole competitive scene in League of Legends. VCS is another dark horse for competitive League of Legends. We have Oceania, which is literally one of the biggest teams so far. Biggest lower tier lower tier what do you call this, lower tier region LCO Oceania, because of last year's performance during play-ins, and Russia because Russia, so LCO.
So Russia, I think yung representatives nila is I think UOL, what
Unicorns
we're
of Love, yep.
gonna see in a few weeks and months as well.
Power of
So
Evil.
it's gonna
Yep.
be Crow Crowd and UOL on the finals. So UOL defeated Gambit 3-1,
Yep.
while CC, I don't know anything about this team, but UOL was the representative of LCL
Last year
on
was
the Worlds
yeah.
play-ins.
Yep, yep.
They really performed great against the teams such as Mad Lions, and as well as I think
Yeah.
what was the team of Peanut again? I think it's We or
No, 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 no. Yeah, team.
PSG.
Yeah, wait, no. Was it
I
we?
think was it We or was it PSG? It's not
No,
PSG
it's not
Talon
PSG.
because
Wait.
PSG.
Let's go back to this picture. I think his team is here.
I think they
It was
renamed
we.
it.
I think it was we.
I think it was We. Wait, let me check 2020 Worlds.
It's either no. JD Gaming already went into the
Wait, let me check Worlds
starting.
2020.
Yeah.
It's LGD. It's
Ah.
LGD. PSG.
We don't talk
That's
about.
why. That's why it's PSG.
Yeah.
Because in Dota it's PSG LGD, but
LGD.
in the
Yeah,
League of
but in
Legends
League
it's
it's PSG
PSG Talon.
Talon.
Yeah,
So that's the confusing part. So it's still the same
yeah.
either
So,
way.
but then again, UOL. Yeah, I think it's
Yep.
actually Group B, specifically the TCL and CB LOL
Or
can be
yeah.
competitive as PCS from time to time, especially if they have a better form compared to. But then again, PCS might win this against I mean against Turkey and
I
CB
think
LOL.
PCS can hold against TCL and CPL. Maybe LEC as well. You knows, because uh here's my unbiased opinion about PSG talent. They have been phenomenal all season long. Unified, Kaiwing. Oh wait, no Kaiwing. Remember. Unified, Maple River. They were
It's
all good.
Hanabi. Wait,
Hanabi.
let's check.
Hanabi, yeah, Hanabi.
It's Hanabi.
Hanabi. Did I get it
Hanabi
right?
River Maple Unified and Kaiwing.
Oh wait, I didn't get it the first try. See, I know PACS. Kaiwing,
We know
Hanabi.
PCS.
We know
We're
PCS.
qualified.
We know PCS. Uh,
Well, the original roster of PSG was not able to play in the play-ins. That's why they were qualified to the group stage because of Kong Yue and I
Long
think
Yue, yeah,
one
they're the
more.
coach of Machi, I think, was playing for them. It was
Ma-
funny.
and Kong Yue is now currently playing at Hong Kong Attitude and
Yeah,
possibly kung magkaroon na rin ng visa issues, um, you might call them again
maybe.
or
Hello, hello. Can you play for us for a little
hello
bit?
Kong Yue.
But no, I think no. I think PSG has been performing really good either way. Cause Machi lost their best player. I think it was. I don't remember his name,
I
but
think Group B depends on who wins on LEC.
at
If
least
it's gonna be mad, it's gonna be shaky for Group B. If
yeah,
it's gonna be G2, I think
maybe
it's gonna be LEC PCS.
yeah. Yeah, LG for Group C. I think LGL. I think we might see an upset. LGL might not be in the brackets. Maybe. I'm still looking at LGL because Rainbow Six last year was actually doing good. And Latin America, nobody knows much about
But they
their
don't have Jose Deo though now. He's now currently
yeah,
on FlyQuest, so
FlyQuest.
we will see
So
whether or not um uh LLA or rather CB LOL. Wait, let me
yeah,
check on that.
I don't
Which
remember. We know
wait,
these
let me
regions. We are prepared for
wait.
these
Um,
regions.
let us clarify this first before we go into
That's just sad.
CB LOL has Pain Gaming last year
I I
and
don't know that.
FLA.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, it's the team of BRTT previously,
Okay, okay. Yeah.
and LLA has R7, but R7 is already eliminated,
Oh no. Well,
and
I
it's
don't
gonna
know any
be
more teams for LGL. That's the only team
it's
I
gonna
know.
be FG, so Furious Gaming versus Infinity Esports. I'm
Yeah, I
looking
don't.
into the team names, and
IE.
one team name that I'm looking at is White Lotus and Ackerman.
Yeah, I don't know those teams. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
So
Japan,
we're
but
gonna have Levi probably and Ackerman
yeah.
on MSI.
Hey, we gonna get that SAO storyline in MSI.
AOT, not
Eh,
SAO. It's Attack on Titan,
No, I said
Sword Art
AOT.
Online.
Did I say? Did I
You said
say
Sao.
SAO?
You said Sao.
I said
Yeah,
Sao.
you said Sao.
Damn.
Holy. Damn.
I'm not anime boy, but I
Yeah,
like
we're not
anime.
qualified to
We're
talk
not
about
qualified for
anything
this.
not major
So
regions, but
MSI
we can
2021 this coming month, May? This May,
May.
right? This May.
Yeah, May.
Gonna set the tone for
In
Worlds
Iceland.
2021 as well as not only Worlds 2021 but SEA Games as well as Asia Games as well. It's gonna set the tone for
One last thing for MSI.
okay.
Whoever wins MSI will win one more slot
One
for
more
their
slot.
region
Oh my
to
god.
the world's spot. So
So
we
it's
might see
possible
four teams in LCK,
LCK we might get that
LCS.
we can get a T1 in finally Gen G, the big four of LCK. Damn
Or
on.
possibly C9 might win
I don't
first
know.
for any. Oh, imagine C9, TL,
Yes, the
100 Thieves, and TSM
TSM.
in
The-
Worlds.
oh
If
my
they do
god.
not have a group stage or even a quarter final contender,
Oh my
I
god.
think that's the most disappointing
It's
year
gonna
for
be so
NA.
disappointing.
They had four representatives and none of them qualified.
I think ito din gagawin nila for ano, just like this format. I think they'll do this for Worlds as well, this format, right?
Hopefully, but I
Yeah, it
think they're
looks
gonna still
possible.
use the last year's format with um the because MSI
Mm.
is much more of a region
All
based.
right, yeah, yeah. So each
Um,
oh yeah, that's gonna be
it's
really
gonna be a
broken.
spicy. So
Yeah,
PCS might have three slots. So
3 slots.
hopefully, I'm praying for Liam to get
No,
third
I'm
slot.
I'm done with Liam.
But
That
that's
that
gonna be.
relationship is over.
But
No
yeah,
more.
it's
You're still
it's
yeah.
good for all of the regions, to
Yeah,
say the least.
if you think about it, LCK four teams, each group has an LCK team. More chances of winning worlds again. Again, you know. We can
for
get that
LPL.
LCK finals, parang
We might get RNG,
Rocks
EDG,
Tigers versus
FPX,
SKT.
and
Yes, it's
TES.
gonna be stupidly funny, but it's funny.
Yeah.
So we're
MSI
done.
has a lot of perks now
Yeah,
for
we're done with
business
MSI.
win.
MSI is really gonna be a important important it's gonna play an important role for World Finals due to its prize. It's not only its prize money. No. It's it's other prize for the slot as well. We might get,
Yeah, it's this cup.
and do not disregard the minor regions as well. Maybe they can get 2 slots as well. So it's gonna be huge as well.
It's this cup, man.
The cup right there, the cup with Paradox with the
I'm holding
it's
the
all
cup.
about that. It's all about that cup right there, ladies and gentlemen. The Summoner's Cup. That's literally, I think it's gonna be. Paano kaya pag binenta nila yung ano no, Summoner's Cup?
I
How
think
much is
that's not
gonna that?
sellable. I don't think that's
Priceless.
sellable. It's
Yeah,
priceless.
yeah. They still get $1 million either way.
I
So,
mean, kung meron tayong prize money na katulad ng meron yung Dota,
oh, it's gonna be huge, big money.
huge.
All right,
Huge.
so we're done with League of Legends PC. We're gonna start with League of Legends Wild Rift, baby. And we're gonna first talk about the new champion in Wild Rift, which is Galio right here. This is my guide. I made this guide. Although medyo kulang pa yung builds. So Galio has been around in PC, the reworked version rather. The reworked version has been around for 5 years already. 4
At least
years.
5 or 4 years
Yeah, I believe so.
since the original Galio wherein the ultimate is
Yeah, the
charged.
gatekeeper became the Colossus. So yeah, Galio is here's an unknown fact. I'm actually a Galio main, no? And I believe the Galio in Wild Rift, the version of this guy in Wild Rift is not the Galio in PC at all. This guy is broken as hell. Actually, believe it or not, hindi ko nakakalimutan ko talaga nakakalimutan ko ilagay dito sa guide na to is Galio can go jungle now in Wild Rift. Galio can go jungle.
I I didn't even consider that, but yeah, first ever I think multi-flex champion in Wild Rift.
Wild Rift.
So
Because of
whoever,
his second ability, because in PC, the AoE taunt is only champions, but in League of Legends Wild Rift, everything can be taunted. Any
so even
enemy.
minions,
Minions,
dragons,
camps, dragons,
everyone
you
can
name
be
it, you
haunted.
take it. And as well as his AoE AP ratios are still broken. It's nuts. Galio is nuts, dude. Holy, like, oh my god. Galio is nuts as hell.
And yeah, my expect so far I played Galio on Wild Rift. It's definitely not the same as the one on PC. It's
Yep.
much more. I think the Galio on PC is much more straightforward than the Galio in Wild Rift. For the first time, I think the Galio in Wild Rift is
Mm-hmm.
much more harder to play compared to the Galio in PC. But then again, I'm a PC player instead of a mobile player.
Mm.
But
It's really different.
yeah,
It
I'm
feels
currently
different. Even
transitioning
I
into
do.
Wild Rift.
Yeah.
But yeah, in theory, Galio should be, I guess, strong. Especially nung first Galio then.
Yeah, the first
First
rework
release
is
of the rework
broken as
Galio
well.
was a little bit broken. That's why Faker was using a lot of Galio that year or that time. So, I guess this will shake up the meta.
It
But
will shake up
yeah, there are
probably in the
bans.
competitive scene. Speaking of competitive scene, um, we're gonna announce later on what we're gonna be talking about in the next episode. I'm actually really excited for that episode because we just talked about it earlier. If we get the permission from the
From
from
our Lord.
our Lord and Savior
Not
here, not
technically our Lord and Savior.
but the Lord of
Our idol
the underground king,
himself.
the king of underground, the guy that owns that logo right there to Paradox's left,
Here, wait.
right there, Dutao
Wait,
Nation.
wait.
If we get permission from
After
it,
my logo, you're gonna see it. It's Bhutan
yeah,
Nation.
let's wait for it. Will it come
Bhutan
out
Nation.
right
It's
there?
this one.
Yeah, if that comes, we're gonna ask permission from it if we can use it, but we're gonna talk about it later. And yeah, let's talk about the new season. Wild Rift is on season 2. Finally, after 3 months of season 1, they finally ended and updated a lot. They updated a lot, including optimizing the game for older devices such as my cell phone. This cell phone is 5 years old already and still runs Wild Rift really smoothly.
Oppo, please sponsor us.
Oppo, please sponsor us. Although I'm running on a Sony phone, but anyways,
I mean, I'm running on a Honor Huawei phone.
yeah, it still is. Yeah, Oppo, we're open.
It's broken. It's gonna be broken in a few weeks, I guess. So,
Oh yeah,
Oppo.
please Oppo, get us new phones. So, we're not gonna talk about the patch itself, although there were a lot of items that were added, reworked, the force of nature, deadmans, etc. Theories ability instead of cooldown is ability haste now, so they changed it to that. They are implementing some parts of LoL PC into Wild Rift itself, so that's very fun to see, very good to see. So we're gonna talk about one of Paradox's favorite parts of this patch, which is the wild pass. So Paradox, why do you love this so much?
I love the new pass system from Riot and League of Legends Wild Rift because first of all, Wild Pass in Philippine peso only costs as much as I guess 250 pesos
250,
or
yeah,
for
more
let's
or
say
less.
400 pesos. But the value that you will get on a 500 Wild Pass or 500 peso Wild Pass is a lot. And considering that all of the champions cost 5,500 blue modes or in PC blue essence, it's not that easy to gain a lot of champions. And considering that it's not that easy, you need things like Wild Pass in order for you to generate much more blue modes
Boats.
or basically currency in game to get the champion that you want. And of course, for the price of I think 400 or even 250
Mhm.
pesos or something like that, you can get a free skin and at the same time the next slide Hextech Jax or something
We're
like
gonna
that.
get Hextech
Wait,
something Jax.
let me double check on that.
Yeah, we're gonna get
I
Hextech
think
Jax in the last part.
it's yeah, I think it's in the last part. Wait. Basically Jack skin, a free
Yeah,
Jack skin and a lot of icons, a lot of emotes, a lot of bubbles which cost a lot of pesos or
exactly.
wild cores. So it's very much a a good buy. It's
Yeah,
basically a steal to this
it, it,
point.
it it's not required, but because there's still a free battle pass, the free version is medyo decent pa din. But
It's
if you
decent enough,
buy
but
the wild pass, you can unlock a lot of things really quickly. Especially if
you
you
can
play Wild Rift every day, you can get everything. You can potentially unlock all of the available champions in like less than a month or more than a
yeah, if
month
you play it a lot
if
and
you play it a
it
lot.
lasts in 90 days. So
Yep.
yeah, it's gonna give you a lot of blue modes, a lot of emotes, a lot of bubbles, a lot of skins, possibly at least minimum of 2 skins, and a lot more. Even recalls, even ward skins, I think,
Yep.
even the banners. So it's basically a steal.
Yep. It just goes to show that League of Legends Wild Rift is a better game than the other one in the App Store
Well,
in terms of money,
in terms of skins
skins
and
and money.
currency, I
And
think
yeah,
everybody knows.
so season 2 has started, and season 1, the season 1 glorious skin was Tryndamere, right? Was
Yeah, it
Tryndamere.
was Turn the Mirror.
They gave it already. They gave it out during the season itself, and now it's season 2. And I actually got this skin earlier. If you're a
They're gonna use
Jinx,
the same system. You need 10 wins and
you need
to
10
be
wins
gold.
and you need to be in gold. And a fellow Jinx main like me, and while Rift really likes this, we are gonna get the Jinx glorious
We're both
skin.
ADC mains.
Jinx glorious
Glorious
Jinx.
Jinx.
This is a S tier from me, baby. Although this is just a medyo wala siyang effects, but baby, this is an S tier.
Everybody
Because
spam.
if you compare it to the original skin, it's still Jinx, but glorious Jinx, if
Everybody
you know what
spam
I
Banshee
mean.
Hyper.
Oh yeah,
Jinx basically had a ton of buffs
yeah. Jinx
in
is
this
really good,
in something. But yeah,
really
guys,
big buffs.
definitely if you want to have the skin Jinx or yeah, Jinx skin,
Yeah,
You
if you
should
want
be
this
gold
jinx
and you
skin,
should have 10 wins.
you should get it. So that basically wraps up all of the topics that we're gonna talk about. So okay, so we're gonna talk about the thing that we were talking about the underground king from Shimbu himself. We're gonna ask permission from him if we can VOD review his underground tournaments. If you don't know, here in the Philippines, we have the what we call underground tournament, which is a very fun tournament, by the way, if you watch it every day, and it's a very nice tournament as well as it gives other teams that are not sponsored by major brands, major companies, major names. If they're not sponsored, it doesn't matter. You can still play. They play weekly, every day, weekly, not every day, 5 days a week, 5 days a week, and weekly.
Well, at least they play in the week.
They play
That
the weeks as well, and they
at
are
least
go.
one game a week.
Yeah, and this is their second, right? Second season of Wild of Underground, I believe.
No, it has been running since I think even before it had
Yeah, right, right.
spectator.
Before
So
that,
there has
I
been a lot
forgot.
of champions now, but most of the
Yeah,
teams
and now
ever
Underground
since
has established itself as the tournament here in the Philippines, and
the
probably
second premier tournament for
second
Wild
premier
Rift,
tournament. We still have
the
Wild
Icon
Rift
series.
C icons, but personally I still favor Underground as it gives chance to those teams that are not sponsored by any big major brands. So that's why I like Underground. It gives other teams a
Basically, it
chance.
supports underdog
It
teams.
it, it supports underdog teams. It's to the point where it's a premier tournament. They actually got the defending champions from MPL, from MPL season. Bren
Burn
Esports
Esports.
is actually playing in that tournament, and I think next play. I
Not the
know that,
roster, but the
but
not the
not the
roster, but
roster,
the
but their team, their Wild Rift,
organization.
the organization itself is playing with them,
So,
and
so the
basically,
organizations, the likes of Liab.
yeah.
By the way, Exosen is in Liab, so if everybody's wondering why Kanji starting for
Yeah.
Liab in mid lane and PCS, ask Exosen why he's in
Mm-hmm.
Wild Rift. But then again, I like Kanji more than Exosen
Yeah, I like Kanji more.
in mid
Kanji more is more better, I guess.
and more
Micro
younger
wise,
in a way.
macro. Yeah, yeah, younger in a way.
And one more thing to point out in the League of Legends Wild Rift scene in the Philippines, the teams such as La Liga Pilipinas and as well as Imperium Pro Team are getting back into the scene.
Yeah, they
The,
were
the likes of
very yeah.
IPT Light and Hate are back.
Even Team Manila Eagles is revived just a
Yeah,
little
even
bit.
Team Manila Eagles, they
That
renamed into
that's a
Manila
team that you
Aguilas.
hear like around 2013, 2014. That's the only time you can hear those names. So it's really fun to see old teams coming
We're
back.
not so sure on the Manila Aguilas, but if they're
Yeah,
TME, but most likely they are
they are. They are.
since. But
So
yeah, so it's so ano no, nakakapanibago. It's like the Philippine scene is having another chance on
yeah, on League of
making
Legends
a
at
name
least.
for itself in League of Legends.
Yeah, and with the talks of having a world championships, a separate world championships for Wild Rift, it's especially gonna be fun. As well as Sea Games is coming up, Asia Games, you name it, we're gonna have Wild Rift everywhere. Especially it's coming out. It's already come. It's already out on the west side of the hemisphere.
Yeah. Shout outs to the
In
North American
shout out to
players of
North
Wild
American
Rift.
players, yeah, as well as Europe, as well some parts of Europe, not all of Europe, but some parts.
As far as I know, they have a lot of perks for NA players. They have a lot of skin bumps,
Yeah,
I think.
they have the
They
treasure chest,
and the
I think.
RNG is so fucking broken for them.
Yeah,
They
it's
they can have like Hainun Yasuo,
yep.
Dark Star Oriana,
The skins
Battle
that
Boss
cost like
Blitz,
a buttload of course,
money.
but yeah.
But
So
yeah,
basically, that wraps up. Stay tuned for the next episode as we get permission from Daddy Shin, if we can use the we can VOD review some of the videos, some of the highlights, or maybe yeah, we're not sure yet on
the
that. We just talked
games.
about it on the games of Underground. Go support Wild Rift Underground while you're at it. Yeah, my name is Xenogre, and this has yeah, here's Paradox
And my
right
name
here.
is High Paradox.
Yeah, and that's yeah, Surrender at 15. You can check our channels right here. It's in our name, Senager. You can just search that. You can search his Hype Paradox, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, anywhere you see, anywhere you go. If you search us, maybe we're there. And yeah, that wraps it up for this episode of Surrender 15. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this podcast, listening or watching, whichever you are. We are available on YouTube, SoundCloud, as well as Spotify. Uh, yeah, that's about it. That wraps it up. This has been Xenogre and Hype Paradox. Surrender at 15. See you guys next week for our next episode. Stay tuned for that. That episode's gonna be really fun. Yeah, good. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.